Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Corner. It's that time of day again where we sit back and have a little chat about heating and air. But before we do that, I want to encourage you, if you're new to the videos, I'd like you to go back to the channel and check out some of the other ones. There's a variety of all different kinds of things on there. While you're there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you can see some of the videos that come out regularly. I try to do these fairly often. Here lately, we've been kind of busy at work, so I haven't had as much of a chance as I'd like, or got as many videos out as I'd like. So, but I'm still trying. So, go ahead and hit the bell icon. That way you get notifications every time a new video does come out. But today, what I wanted to talk about, I was thinking today about some of the different misconceptions or misunderstandings about our industry. And one of the biggest things is the perception of what people think heating and air guys are. There are several different things that tie into that, but you talk to so many different people out there, and they get this idea in their head, or that you say heating and air guy, and they envision something. The furnace man's coming. His hands are going to be dirty. He's been chasing soot up a chimney all day. That's not really reality. I mean, we do deal with that sometimes, but that's not every day. And as far as, some of the things they think, oh, well, he rolls around in a crawl space all day. He's going to be dirty. He's going to track dirt in my house. His hands are going to be greasy. He's going to leave fingerprints all over my thermostat, all over my walls, and all kinds of things. He's going to, he's going to cuss and swear. He hates his job. He can't wait to get off work so he can get a drink. All these things. And I mean, some of these things may happen on a regular or on occasion, whatever it may be. But for the most part, that's not all of us. That's not our heating and air industry. And, that perception that we have, or people get, of our industry and of heating and air people, doesn't necessarily always jive with what reality is. So I think it's up to us to change that perception. I think we need to be better technicians. I think we need to be better installers or salespeople or whatever part of the industry you're in. I mean, if we are, show that we're well educated, because we all know if you're in this industry, you have to be pretty well educated as far as technically with what we do. The technical side of it anymore, we're no longer just rolling around lighting a pilot light and changing a belt on a blower motor. That's what a lot of people think, but that's not what's really going on. The days of pilot lights and belt driven motors in a house, I mean, those furnaces are gone. And the idea that we're all greasy and dirty and have soot all over us and everything else, that's not really there as much, at least. So, if we show that we're educated with our trade or with our craft, and we show that we can present ourselves well. I mean, every time we show up to a house, you should straighten your uniform up. You should make sure your little grubbies are clean. Actually, I'm doing that. My hands probably aren't that clean right now. I've been working on a fireplace. But, the idea is, make sure you clean up before you go to a house. Make sure you talk or speak in a way that it sounds like you know what you're talking about, sounds like you are educated in your trade, and you know what you're doing, because that's going to change their perception. And if we change one person's perception every day on what heating and air guys are, then I mean, everybody's going to start looking at our trade differently. Because that's the other side to it. Everybody, all these misconceptions with heating and air, a lot of them come in and they think, oh, well, heating and air guys don't make any money. And well, I don't know where you're at. I mean, there's probably plenty of people that wish they made more money. I get that. I mean, that's what we're coming to work for, is to make money. But that's another misconception, is they all think that, well, heating and air guys are broke. We don't have any money. But truth be told, heating and air is actually ranking up there, getting up there pretty high on the list of, trades jobs. There are some that are higher than ours, obviously. There are some that are lower, and it also depends on where you're at. If you're in a big city somewhere, or if you're in the country somewhere, if you work for a, one or two man shop, if you work for a big multi-million-dollar shop, there's all different categories there that people get put in. But everybody assumes that the heating air guy doesn't make any money. I mean, I'm not rich. I'm not rolling around in cash every night when I get home, and I just come to work for fun. That's not what I'm saying. But heating and air guys usually make a pretty decent living. But for some reason, everybody thinks that we don't make any money. Everybody thinks that it's a real low dollar job. And with the heating and air guys, it varies. I mean, I don't know exactly what the range is, but I would say depending on where you're at, what your skill level is, what your experiences are, and definitely what company you work for. I mean, I would say the average is between 50 and 100,000 maybe. And there's probably a lot of guys that do a lot more than that, and there's probably some that do less. It depends on where you're at, but everybody has to start somewhere. If you are on the lower end of those scales, everybody has to start somewhere. So, there's a lot of room for improvement, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel because eventually you can make big money. So, there's a lot of heating and air positions out there that you make good money. So, that's another, misconception that I think we need to get rid of in our industry. There is a lot of people that think that we don't make any money for some reason, but it's not true. So, that's one of them. And then one of the other misconceptions that I wanted to hit on was, why is it that most clients think we all work for ourselves? I don't get that. There are plenty of people out there that work for themselves, but we show up at a house and they think that okay, well, we charge X amount of dollars for a service call or for a diagnostic fee. And customers or clients, they say, well, I wish I made that for showing up at a house. And it's like, I wish I did too. Everybody thinks that we just work for ourselves. And like I said, there's plenty of guys out there that do work for themselves. There are plenty of, owners that go out there and still work. There are plenty of one-man shops, and I'm not down on those by any means. But the majority of us out there, we all work for a contractor. We all work for somebody. They set the rates. They set how much it costs to come out. They set what the price is for repairs and all that kind of stuff. But for some reason, customers or clients always, especially in residential industry, they always think that we work for ourselves and we are our own one-man shop, and they are the only person we have to get to that day, and we get to make the rules. I mean, that's not what it is. So that's another misconception out there of heating and air. I think that's a big one. But there's a lot of different misconceptions out there of all different kinds of our trade and of other trades. And I think I might do several different videos. I don't like my videos to get too long. I think we're probably pushing that longer time limit right now. But I don't like the videos to get too long, so I may do a couple of more videos on misconceptions of heating and air. But those are the first couple that came to mind. So that's my conversation for today. So there wasn't a whole lot of tech tips or whatever in there, but my biggest one is you are the one that can change the perception of people about our industry. If you are a tech out there, or if you are new to this and you're getting into being a tech, there are misconceptions out there about our industry, and I think we need to change them. So it's all about how you present yourself. It's all about how you do absolutely everything. Unfortunately, first impressions they do mean more than what people say. People say, oh, it doesn't matter. Maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe, that guy was just having a good day. Whatever it was, first impressions do mean something. So make sure you give a good first impression and a lasting impression, and people are going to start changing how they think of us and think of people in our industry. So that's really all I had. Like I said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe as much as possible. Hit the little bell icon so you get notifications every time a new video comes out. Thank you, and God bless.